Hi, my name is Liv Morris, and this is my story. I'm originally from Indianapolis, Indiana, and I started playing softball about the age of 4, 5-ish. At about the age of 3, I played like a little baseball league, and I hated baseball, but my parents had mentioned that there was something called softball, and then at the age of 4 and 5 is when I really started getting into the sport. But ever since that age, it has always been a sport I have gravitated to. Softball's always been a place where I can just let all my problems go, and the second I step on the field, everything else in my life kind of goes away, and I focus in on what I'm doing there. And softball, I love the sport of softball, and it's always been like my thing. But so as I started, kind of progressing at the young age, I was one of those kids, I would say grew quicker. Like I grew very fast. So in softball's a sport that like kind of you play with your own age group. So I started, at that age, I was a lot bigger and stronger than all the other girls my age. So just naturally, I was ahead of most of those girls. So like that that really got me going, because have you ever done something before and you're like, wow, like I'm really good at this, and it just makes you like it more? I don't know how to explain that, but that's basically what happened. And so over the years, it kind of started as like a fun thing, and then it started getting more serious and serious. I would say about the time I hit 7th, 8th grade, even 6th grade actually, that's when like the college recruitment and all this stuff started kind of, like all the recruiting stuff. And so recruiting is very stressful, but I was at the point where I would lift every day, I would throw every day, sometimes even conditioning in the mix for like Monday through Friday, week after week after week. And it was softball, you have to put so much time into, or it's just like, it's just one of those things you have to put all of your effort and all of your time into it to get where you want to be. And working hard is exactly where you're going to get if that's what you want. So basically by the time I would say about a junior, all of that work became a little bit too much. At how young I started, it started to get too much. And I actually ended up tearing my bicep right here, my pectoral muscle into my bicep. And so that set me back a lot. And I mean, I was going on a good track. I mean, I was talking to recruiters at 6th, 7th, 8th grade. And the second you get an injury, boom, all of that goes away very quickly. So after I injured my arm, it was absolutely devastating. And I'll just never forget the devastation I felt. But so after my injury, that took about, I would say almost about 6 months to a year to heal fully. And then after that year hit is when I finally started getting back. But the hardest part of coming back was realizing how much I lost. Because when you're out that long, I mean, it's just, softball's, like I said, you have to keep going. You have to keep going. So the injury set me back so much. I felt like I had lost everything. But from that injury, I took it into something else, and I decided to work as hard as I can and push myself as far as I can go without injuring it further. And even though I had lost a lot at that point, my junior year, the end of my junior year, like into the summer, was when I really started kind of getting back to my old self. And by that point, I had started talking to other colleges and this and that and yada yada. And even though it wasn't what I had before, it was still kind of like, wow, you bounced back from that. So I did end up committing to Indiana University Southeast to play, and I'm very blessed that I get an opportunity to play here. But it's just one of those things I'll never forget, because it really has changed me as a person. Because I mean, you feel like you have everything, and then something happened and boom, something will happen and boom, everything's gone. But it's just a good reminder for me to look back, and no matter what happens, like, you can push through anything. And so yeah, that's really my story. And like I said, I'm very blessed to be at this school. It's a great school, and I'm very blessed to be able to play here. But yeah, it was definitely a long journey, and I went through painful and rough times, but hey, you can work through just about anything. So that's what I did. Thank you for listening.